People are coming in sick. Something more needs to be done. And we're seeing sick people already, and we saw this with Exxon Valdez. We had 6,722 cases of upper respiratory illnesses. I'm still dealing with sick people 21 years later. 100% disabled. A lot of them have died, and I don't want to see that happen here.
In Pacifica, California, another chunk of disintegrating cliff fell into the ocean, threatening 2 apartment buildings above. The buildings have been evacuated for nearly 6 weeks after massive chunks of the cliff started giving way.
Many planes carrying flame retardant were grounded by the winds, which sometimes reached hurricane strength. In the hills and canyons from Santa Barbara to San Diego, some 8,000 firefighters have been working nonstop in an effort to extinguish the fires, which over a 4-day period have left 5 people dead, caused over $1 billion in property damage, and forced nearly 1 million people from their homes, the biggest evacuation in California's history.
A new testing method by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency reveals that pollutants such as arsenic, antimony, chromium, and selenium can leach from coal ash at levels dozens and sometimes hundreds of times greater than the federal drinking water
standard. And we move on
standard.
now to tornadoes. One person was killed, several others injured in a series of tornadoes roaring through northeastern Arkansas last night. Forecasters say this will be an especially nasty tornado season, and we asked Ryan Owens to explain why. Ryan?
Greenland, the world's largest island, smothered in a massive 2.6 million cubic kilometers of ice. The ice cap makes up 1/10 of the world's fresh water. Scientists say global warming is heating up the polar regions faster than anywhere else on Earth. Experts at work monitoring the situation in Greenland confirm those warnings.
This oil spill is an unprecedented disaster. The fact that the source of the leak is a mile under the surface, where no human being can go, has made it enormously difficult to stop.
A race against time continues in the Gulf of Mexico as crews try to protect the coastline from hundreds of thousands of gallons of oil. Right now, an underwater oil well is gushing some 42,000 gallons a day from the site of that wrecked drilling platform. Evidence from the air quite apparent, red streaks throughout the Gulf, but so far, no oil on land.
Up to 9,000 homes were without power on Sunday as wild storms continue to sweep across the southeastern coast of Australia. 80-mile-an-hour winds brought down trees and power lines, leaving at least 9,000 without power in southern New South Wales.
This morning, they are cleaning up in Orange County and bracing for more wild weather. At least 2 tornadoes touched down yesterday, blowing out windows, flipping a car and boats, and damaging roofs. One was even caught on tape.
Late spring storms brought plenty of snow to the resorts, allowing Squaw Valley to reopen on Memorial Day weekend. Today, you needed your sunglasses, and you definitely didn't need a jacket. In fact, some people didn't even need clothes. You have your sunblock on?
We kind of forgot that.
Mika and Mira of Walnut Creek have been planning this since they were 8, and today fulfilled that lifelong dream. Well, they were the only ones brave enough to rock swimsuits out of the pool area.
How's the water?
There was plenty of summer gear.
In Alaska, it's no holiday for fire officials. Recent fires have burned more than 50,000 acres, and the state battled 80 active fires on Saturday. Extinguishing the so-called Eagle Trail fire is a priority. So far, the fire has burned about 5,000 acres, about 250 miles northeast of Anchorage. The area was evacuated, but some residents were able to get back to their homes, at least for now. Officials believe the Eagle Trail fire was started by lightning on Wednesday.
We are beginning on the storm watch with the wet and wild weather. It is causing all sorts of problems for us on the Central Coast. In Santa Cruz, we'll begin there this morning, where strong winds toppled trees onto Highway 9, made for a rough commute. And from the Santa Cruz Mountains to Monterey, we saw similar scenes. Trees and power lines down, thousands without power tonight. More on that in a moment. This is just how strong the winds were. Trees swaying back and forth. Winds were reaching gusts of up to 47 miles an hour. In South Monterey County, there was so much rain, Old Stage Road in Chular simply flooded.
gone into them. They're all worked up today.
We found something extraordinary. Extraordinary and disturbing, that is. You recall what you said about how polar melting might disrupt the North Atlantic current?
Yes.
Well, I think it's happening.
Folks, we've hit some unusual turbulence. We've encountered a cloud layer that's abnormally high.
You all right?
Please remain.
He's afraid of flying.
The government has to start making long-term preparations now.
Jack, all you have is a theory.
It's been raining like this for 3 days now.
Mr. Vice President, if we don't act now, it's going to be too late.
I'm afraid that time has come and gone, my friend.
What can we do?
Save as many as you can.
The storm is just going to get worse.
What should we do?
I will come for you. Do you understand me?